This is Eddie Marcus again. Let me talk to you for a moment. Now, before I get going, I'd like to inform you that if you got any children around, there's going to be some adult language used. So if you don't want your kids to hear profane language, I ask that you remove them from the room. But I want to speak to you in true terms from the level for which you're at. And you can translate it any way you want to your kids. My name is Eddie Marcus. And if you want to know the truth, get a tape. And if you can't, make a donation so I can get this word out here. You, the American people, I want to talk to you. It doesn't matter whether you are of a religious sect, of any other beliefs relative to a spirituality, regardless of your race, your nationality, because we come from a lot of different places, your gender, and your sexual persuasion. The truth is the truth, and it operates for everybody. But so often we talk to each other because we respect one another. We respect one another because we are brothers and sisters. We are children of the Almighty Creator. And we love one another. So even though sometimes we find ourselves at odds with one another, we have respect for that same one because the blood, the spirit that lives in us also lives in that one. But periodically, a spirit can get so contaminated till the usual language that is used to express an understanding has to be neglected, and you have to call for something else. And basically, that appears to me as to what I have to call forward today to try to get a message to you. And this message I want to get to you, I've been trying for 35 years and I've failed. One of my most disappointing moments in my whole life is that having spent all of this time trying to change the world, I only did it because it's right. The second reason was because I thought you were ready. I thought you could entertain this. I thought this was your dream. And so I brought it to you. And I found out that it was only a dream of mine. You chose to stay where you're at. That's what you've given life to. But you claim to want something else. So it makes me want to say to you, you are a lying sack of shit. You are nothing but a bunch of shit filled with a bunch of shit. Where you are at is exactly where you want to be. I don't care what religious faith you are. I don't care who you believe in. Where you're at is exactly where you want to be. To move up, you got to step up. And you say you want to move up, but you don't want to step up. You want somebody to come down and pull you up. For those of you, I don't know about the Muslim faith that much because to me there's only one faith, and that's truth. And the truth is this. For those of you who can refer to the life of Jesus Christ as it was expressed in the Bible, let me tell you something that you failed to see, or no one has been able to point out to you. The life that you earn, the life that you merit, the life that you deserve is an expression of the inner you. In other words, it's what you deserve. When Jesus Christ come on the earth, for all the other reasons that you read about and all the other stories you have heard, hear this. He came amongst men just like you and I, with a different belief. He believed in the power that was unseen. He believed in a Father. He believed in a Creator. He believed in something that was superior to all humankind. He did. And there were men all around him who professed to believe. And they were known as somebody special in the community. Someone who you go to with your problems. And here comes some man talking about the same one that they supposedly are talking about, but talking about in a different way. And he walked amongst you, the people. And he wanted to express the difference in their expression of that power and his. Why? So that you can understand that you were slaves, for you to understand that you can be free. by trusting not in what other people say, but what in your desire is able to be made manifest relative to what you profess. And so he walked amongst men and he saw the lame and he made them walk. Well, nobody else was doing that. Even doctors were failing to do that. He walked amongst the deaf and he made them hear. Yeah, nobody was doing that either. He used no tools. Walked amongst the blind and made them see. No one else was doing that. And all the time, glorifying the Father, the unseen Spirit, in everything that was being done, in contrast to what those were speaking about, what those proclaimers were about. Now, you might think that these proclaimers were all fake, and they were all fake. But some of them were intended fakers, and some of them were just misled fakers, thought they were on the right path. But they were on the same path as those who were outrightly out to deceive. Same path, it didn't matter. If it's wrong, it's wrong. You don't care how righteous you think you are. If you're doing stuff wrong, you're wrong. And you can look at it because it's right on the same line with other stuff that you know is wrong. It doesn't produce anything better. Not only that, was able to walk on water. Now, nobody has been able to do that before then or since then. And the people saw all of this. And just to make it, to solidify, to make it known without doubt, man's greatest fear of all time is death. And here is one, just like everybody else, who wants to live, hoping that the dreams that brought to the earth, the dreams that you have could be made manifest, and this heaven on earth could be made right here by your hands, during those times, just waiting, doing this, so you can change your mind, so that you can change your heart, so that you can change yourselves and change the world. But you crooked motherfuckers couldn't do that. So, this one, what else could he do? But stood firm, knowing that the powers that be were not satisfied. And now they know where you stand, and you're really not doing anything, so it's time to get this guy out of here. He knew that. As Dr. King, Malcolm X, as Jesus Christ, he knew this. Gandhi, Medgar Evers, Kennedy, brothers. Everybody that's doing righteous know that they will die for doing righteous. You know it. That's why you talk righteous, but you ain't doing righteous. You think you're kidding somebody. Use a bald-faced lie. You ain't kidding nobody. You know you're not kidding God. Anyway, to really let this real to you, so you won't have any doubt, he allowed them to kill him, to put him on a cross so the world from that point through all eternity can be remembered. And so he dies. That thing that you don't want to do, you just went on die. Real rough death. Most of us who die don't die like that. We just have a little heart attack, a little stroke, get hit by a car, somebody shoot us, and fall in the lake, jump off the bridge, stuff like that. That's what we normally do. But here's a guy standing up for what's right. And what's right will benefit all of us. Not just him, but all of us. Not you or you and some out, but everybody. And this is what he stood on that cross for, and died. This is what love is, ladies and gentlemen. For all of you who think you know what love is, this is what love is. He died. Then what happened? They buried him like they buried you. And you have never seen or heard of anything like this. On the third day, or whatever day, someday, they say he arose. That means he got up, or stones rolled away, and he walked out, dead no more. But he didn't just do that. They say he walked within the certain communities and talked to people and called them out and say, now, hey, do you see now what I'm saying? They have no excuse to hold you as a slave. They have no excuse to mislead you. Now that you see something that's totally different and it is exactly what you wanted, you're going to die. But let me tell you, walking the right path, this kind of death will allow you to rise again. He said, but I'm going away. Can't stay here no more. I can't do nothing else for you because I died and rose. What else can I do for you? I'm gone. And he's gone. He said, I'll send you, though, a comforter. And the comforter will teach you and guide you as it sees the Father do. It won't mislead you. It'll tell it to you like it is. So you don't need John Doe, Harry Sue, Bessie May to tell you anything. All you got to do is have the mind right, the heart right, and the spirit will be connected to you, and you can be guided by the powers of all creation. That's what was made known. He said, but there'll come a time when I will come and receive you unto myself. But that word that I'm referring to now also says, but I'm coming back for a church without spot or wrinkle. And when this instance, when we're talking about church, we're talking about those who are giving life to the Spirit of Jesus Christ. Those who, you saw Jesus, now you got the whole group Jesuses doing that. Not changing their name, not trying to say I'm Jesus, but allowing that same spirit to live in John, to have that same spirit live in Mary Sue, to have that same spirit live in Chain 2, to have that same spirit live in Hapabuka. And in doing that, this is how the Father is glorified. This is how you even lift up the Son that walked that way, because now what he was doing, you are doing. The fact that you say, well, I believe in Jesus, that don't mean shit. I believe in Jesus. He died for my sins that I don't have to suffer. Yeah, you think that he's died so just because you believe in him will take the sin away or will take the pain away. No, baby, that's blind thinking. That comes with some work. That comes with some change. I don't know where you've been, but I know where you're going with thoughts like that. And so why am I coming to you today? I say my name is Eddie Marcus. And if you want to know the truth, it's right here. Now, I'm not asking you to believe me. I do give a damn whether you believe me or not. For 35 years, I've witnessed your lies. I've heard you say you were this. And I'm talking to who? I'm talking to every last one of you. I'm talking to you lawyers out there who are making all kinds of money because you learned law of the system. And you doing your thing. You don't give a damn about truth. I'm talking to you. I'm talking about even you doctors out there who think you got something going. You a mediator between life and death. You ain't worth the true shit either. And you PhDs, you economists, you CEOs, you are just like everybody else, scum of the earth. And the American people and people all over the earth, people all over the globe, people everywhere. You guys ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You lying ass son of a bitches. You ought to be damn ashamed of yourself. A power that you can't see made this world. Wherever you live, ain't no man made a goddamn thing. God made it. And all of the things that it can do, God made it possible for it to do. Man can't do shit. You can't do shit but what God allows you to do, and I'm coming to you in a minute. So the earth is able to birth all the resources, all of the minerals, all the materials, that anything that man has needed to do the things that man have done, it has been able to do it by the power of an unseen God. And to have the knowledge and the ability to extract from what God has made, which is you, a different desire, something that you can, we call it careers, that you can indulge yourself in these things that are common and required amongst humankind for they can live a prosperous life. You have endowed with the ability and the capabilities to make sure that this happens. And it is not happening. And you say you want it, you lying ass sack of shit. I don't care what church you go to. I don't care if you're in a mega church. I don't care if you're in a small church. You're a lying ass sack of shit. Everything that we have is what you want. Because either you are giving life to it by putting your hands and mouth and foot to it, or you shutting your ass down letting it get going. And if you letting it get going, that's your testimony that you don't give a damn. You sick ass shit, pile of monkey.